here we are. Not really again, but in a sense, again. You may be surprised, although you shouldn't be surprised, that I have decided to utilize the stage typically reserved for the Spectre Skeleton trance. I have my reasons. However, I didn't want to come without a little touch of home, so to speak. We've decided to address you at this time to bring some I want to say closure, but that's just not gonna happen. I would maybe say or describe my discussion here as informative. However, that depends upon your knowledge, your familiarity with Mr. Vane. And speaking of Mr. Vane, here he is. Or didn't you notice? Yes, action figure form again. Because Mr. Vane decided of his own accord to forego his exile to share some history with you. Well, that's going to have to stop here. So, Mr. Vane, let us put you back where you belong. Yeah, back where you belong. Put you right here in the well, the main gun used to be. Not quite sure what happened to it, but, considering the occupants, it's no big surprise. And of course, there's missing, well, we all know whose fault that is. Not a scratch. Well, so much for that. There. Now then, let us continue to other bits and pieces. Yes, I've come that prepared. We're going to have to stop for a moment. Just seriously, time is getting difficult. Be right back. That was a longer trip than had to get some additional insight before proceeding with this discussion. It has been long overdue, in my assessment, that some things should be mentioned, shared about Mr. Vane. For as long as Mr. Vane has been Mr. Vane, it's become Mr. Vane no longer exists, so to speak. He's failed in his endeavor deception has brought Mr. Vane's purpose to an end. It so seems. Now we hear rumors of a girl, one that perhaps Mr. Vane once upon a time was acquainted with on a very personal level. However, this cannot be confirmed. And as a matter of fact, if this were the case, it would be against all odds. And if it were true that this girl's power could change the tide of things, we had other things in mind to discuss, mention. However, upon re-evaluating the content and the circumstances, we are realizing that this may be just as pointless as all of Mr. Vane's previous endeavors. Deception has made a mockery of Mr. Vane's. Of Mr. Vane's purpose. We see no purpose anymore. For Mr. Vane's activities. There's only that left. In Mr. Vane's mind. Time comes when it sees fit